Welcome to YouTube Pedia. Discover the greatest stories from history, science, and beyond. If you're curious about the world, subscribe now and join our journey through knowledge. Let's get started. Muhammad Ali, the legend who shook the world. Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. On January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky, was more than just a boxer. He was a global icon, a civil rights activist, and an embodiment of resilience. His journey from a young boy with a dream to the most famous athlete in the world is filled with triumph, controversy, and unwavering belief in himself. Ali wasn't just the greatest inside the ring. He was a force that transcended sports, leaving an everlasting impact on culture, politics, and humanity. The early days a young fighter rises. Cassius Clay grew up in a racially segregated America where opportunities for black athletes were limited. At the age of 12, his journey into boxing began in an almost cinematic way. His bike was stolen, and a police officer suggested he learn how to fight. That moment changed his destiny. Under the guidance of trainer Joe Martin, Clay's natural talent became evident, and by the time he was a teenager, he was already a rising star. He won a gold medal in the 1960 Rome Olympics in the light heavyweight category, solidifying his place in the boxing world. However, upon returning to the US, he was still subjected to racism and discrimination. According to legend, after being denied service at a whites-only restaurant, he threw his gold medal into the Ohio River in frustration. Whether myth or reality, this story symbolized his awakening to the social injustices of his time. The birth of Muhammad Ali, from clay to a champion. Ali's brash personality, poetic taunts, and unrivaled confidence made him a media sensation. He would predict the round in which he'd knock out his opponents, and more often than not, he was right. His unique boxing style, floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, was unlike anything the sport had seen before. In 1964, he shocked the world by defeating the heavily favored Sonny Liston to become the heavyweight champion. But what followed was even more shocking. He announced his conversion to Islam and changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali, declaring that Clay was a slave name. His association with the Nation of Islam and its leader Elijah Muhammad sparked controversy, but Ali stood firm in his beliefs. The draft controversy, a champion's greatest fight. In 1967, at the height of the Vietnam War, Ali was drafted into the U.S. military. However, he refused to serve, famously stating, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." His refusal was not just about war, it was about standing against oppression. This decision cost him dearly. He was stripped of his heavyweight title, banned from boxing for 3.5 years, and faced the possibility of jail time. During his exile from the ring, Ali became a voice for the civil rights movement, standing alongside figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. His boldness divided opinions. Some saw him as a traitor, while others hailed him as a hero. In 1971, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned his conviction, allowing him to return to boxing. The comeback, the greatest battles in boxing history. Ali's return to boxing was nothing short of legendary. He faced Joe Frazier in the 1971 fight of the century at Madison Square Garden. The world watched as two undefeated titans clashed. Although Ali lost, his determination remained unshaken. In 1974, he faced George Foreman in the famous Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. Foreman was the younger, stronger fighter, but Ali introduced a new strategy, the rope-a-dope, in which he absorbed punches, wore down his opponent, and then delivered a devastating knockout in the 8th round. Ali was once again the heavyweight champion. A year later, he fought Frazier in the grueling Thrilla in Manila, a fight so brutal that Ali later admitted it was the closest thing to death he had ever experienced. But once again, he emerged victorious. The final years in the ring and the fight against Parkinson's. By the late 1970s, the years of punishment in the ring began to take a toll on Ali's body. He lost his title in 1978 to Leon Spinks, but won it back in a rematch, becoming the first three-time heavyweight champion. However, his final fights, including a brutal loss to Larry Holmes in 1980, showed that time had caught up with him. In 1984, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, likely due to the repeated blows to his head. But instead of fading into obscurity, he transformed his illness into a platform for humanitarian work. He traveled the world, spreading messages of peace, unity, and compassion. His most iconic moment post-boxing came in 1996 when he lit the Olympic torch in Atlanta, his trembling hands a testament to his enduring strength. Legacy of the greatest. Ali's impact goes far beyond boxing. He was a man who defied expectations, challenged the status quo, and stood up for what he believed in no matter the cost. His charisma, wit, and unwavering spirit made him a beloved figure worldwide. From being banned from boxing to becoming a global ambassador for peace, Ali's life was a saga of triumph over adversity. He passed away on June 3, 2016, but his words, actions, and legacy continue to inspire generations. Final words, a call to action. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a boxer. He was a movement, a symbol of resistance, and a beacon of hope. What do you think about his legacy? Drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his life, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories.